Hey guys, it's Mega, and welcome to Uncapped, the series that shows you how to mod your beloved keyboard to get it to that end game level. In this episode, we talk about the tools I use for keyboard modding. Now let me premise this by telling you, these are tools that I've collected throughout my time here in the keyboard hobby. If you think you have better alternatives, please let me know in the comments below. And subscribe while you're there. It helps a lot. I've categorized these tools as essentials, the lubing tools, and the nice to haves or the quality of life improvement tools. Alright, so let's begin with the essentials. So first off, the keycap removers. I could not stress this enough. A good pair of wire keycap removers is essential when you want to start off modding your keyboards. A lot of the times you get the plastic keycap removers, and in the long run they might damage or scratch your keycaps, and you definitely don't want that. For my screwdriver, I use the Xiaomi electric screwdriver 2, which comes with its own set of bits. It of course goes both ways, up and down, left and right, and it has 2 speed and torque settings as well as an off setting. And finally, it has a USB Type-C charging port. Let's not forget that satisfying click when you close up the case. Then we have these plastic pry tools, which are slowly becoming my favorite tools in the kit, especially with how many plastic keyboards are using the hook latch design to open and close cases. These have the perfect balance of sturdiness and flexibility that make it so much easier to open keyboards. Of course, we have the switch removal tool. This particular one I have is from Woche Studios, which were a bit on the expensive side, but I've had them for a while now. So it's a worthy investment. You could definitely get something cheaper, but one of the more important features of this is that it has quite a good length, enough for you to grip the tool much better. So now we move on to the lubing and stab modding tools. First off, we have the stab straightening tools. They're relatively cheap and simple to use. They are made of metal and have these rubber grips for, well, better gripping. Then we have the lube brushes, which I have one for each kind of lube. Since they all have different properties and uses, I prefer not to mix them together. For switch openers, I have 2 different ones. The first one being the aluminum Kelowna switch opener that works on both Kale and Cherry housings. And the second one only works on Cherry housings. But you really just need something that is a combo switch opener and also is aluminum, especially when dealing with different types of switches. And we have the Syringe, which has some Krytox 205 grade 0 in it to get into those hard to reach stab spacings. We also have a pair of tweezers that we can use for grabbing things and whatnot, but mostly they do the same thing. It's really just preferential. Finally, for lubing, we have the stem pickers, which I use to hold stems when you're lubing them. You don't really need both, but this bigger one has more grip and sometimes doesn't let go of the stem. And the smaller one has less grip and sometimes the stems tend to fall out if you don't put them in correctly. Then we have the nice to haves or the quality of life improvement tools. One is the pen marker or Sharpie of some kind, a pair of sharp scissors or cutters, pliers for when you need to grip things with extra strength, side cutters for also cutting stuff when modding stabs or switches. Then we have this screw dish from KBD fans, which I thought was magnetic, but it still helps remove the screw because of these grooves that you find on it. So either way, it works. And finally, we have the 3D printed fork spacer. So anyway, here are the tools that I use to mod keyboards. Watch out for the next episodes to see them in action, with some tips and tricks of course, for your keyboard modding journey. So yeah, I'm Mega, this is Uncapped. I hope you guys find this useful, and I'm curious what other tools you guys have that aren't here. Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for your support. See you guys in the next one.